Alright, so, what we are doing today is, hang on, let me rename this. We are doing a commission for, this person named, I think that's not how you spell their name. I believe you say their name is Funbeaut, like as in fun beautiful. Yeah, so the goal for today is to get the sketch done at the very least. I meant to start on this forever ago. I meant to start this several days ago and then didn't. I just got distracted with homework and stuff. So this is their character. I forget her name, but she's like an exorcist thing. She's an exorcist, but I think she's also like some kind of mason. Is that what they want? The person, the type of person that like makes weapons. Blacksmith? Is that what it's called? I forget. I'm sure I'll remember later. Hello, first-time chatter. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm just gonna call you Ray. They didn't give me like a description of what they wanted their pose to be. And they don't have a design for her weapon, so I don't really know what to do. Oh, that's the wrong brush. Whoopsie. Allow me to struggle to draw a circle. That's a terrible circle. You mean the mercenary? I don't think that's the mercenary. A mercenary is somebody that like gets paid to kill people and stuff. What's wrong with me today? Why is this being so glitchy? It's being so glitchy. That's so weird. Like it keeps on. Okay, now I'm allowed to draw a smooth line. Weird. Oh, whatever. I mean, it's not like that big a deal or anything. It's just a little bit annoying. I can't eat in peace without my teeth hurting. I hate having braces. L. Major L. I was born with straight teeth, so I'm thankful to have never had that problem. My brother has had that problem, though. His teeth are kind of small, so he had to get braces to get them to, like, be straight and not have gaps between them. I'm so glad I didn't have to go through that, because it looks like it sucks. I would have applied to VA somebody if I wasn't still stuffy in recovery. That sucks. I hope you get better soon. I'm actually like really happy. We've almost got every single character filled up. The only ones left are Adam, Trent, and Angel Dust. And Adam, I think there's a pretty good chance that we could get Egg on Your Leg to voice him. Like I'm still like kind of in shock that I was able to like get him to know that I exist. I had to go through his girlfriend in order to like get his attention. He might have noticed other like comments that I had left because he doesn't have DMs open. So I was just like going to every single platform and like trying to pitch my show to him. But yeah, I managed to like get his attention, which is really cool. Egg on Your Leg is he's a voice actor. He's like I think like the way that I know him is like he's really good at voice acting Adam. Like his impression of Adam is like near exact. Like it's really impressive. He sounds just like him. He can also sing like really well, which is really cool because I really want to do a cover of Hell is Forever, but I have no like musical talent really, so I'm gonna have to like see if I could get a composer on board. This isn't gonna work. This position normally doesn't really work super great for like a laptop position. Let me see if I can figure out something better. Egg on Your Leg seems like a nice guy. I bet he'll hear you out. Yes. So, I talked to his girlfriend in order to get to him, and she said he's busy right now, but like he's aware and he will talk to me eventually. Hang on, let me see if I can find like a nice pose. I know that I have some squirreled away in here in my screenshots. Never mind, I deleted all of them. hang on, hold up a sec, I will fix this. I sent a bunch of pose references to the client, to see if there was anything they liked, and they didn't really like, pick any of them. So, I think that's always like a little bit annoying. No shade to the client, of course, but like it is much harder to do a commission and get something that somebody likes, without like them giving me like a reference of the pose they want or describing the pose they want. Because it means that I have to do more like brain work, you know? And it also means like there's a chance that they won't like the pose that I pick, and that means that I have to do more work. Because then I would have to sketch it more than once. And since they didn't okay any of the poses I sent them, there's a chance that this gets rejected, which I will be quite upset about. But you know, not like a big deal or anything. Yes, please get your entry in soon because the spots are filling up fast. And like, there's this one person. I'm not sure if you are that same person, but I kind of suspect that you are malware. There's this one person, that's in the server that keeps like hyping up. Oh, I'm gonna audition. I'm gonna audition for this character, and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna do my audition today. I'm working on my script. I'm gonna audition. And then they never do, and then the spot fills up, and then they're just like stuck. Like, oh, it's really quite sad. I feel bad for them, you know? Because, like, I don't know why they did this, but they very foolishly bought a mic, to, like, specifically for the auditions, because, like, I put, like, a link to a specific microphone that's, like, um, it's high quality, but it's also like on the cheap side, like $40, which is really cheap for a microphone. My microphone that I use, not this one, but the one that I use for my videos, was $100. Um, so that's really cheap for a mic, but I've been told that it's really high quality by somebody that I trust, and for some reason they went ahead and bought the mic before even auditioning, which I think was a really foolish move, for them to do. Like, I mean, it shows their dedication, but like then they still haven't auditioned. Like it's been like a month now and they still haven't auditioned. They just keep hyping up that they're gonna audition, and it's kind of driving me insane a little bit, because I would love to hear their audition and like see if I can find a character that would fit them, but they never do. They never have. And like they've been going for they were going for 3 characters. They've gone for 3 characters so far, which is Egg Boy, and after that they tried to do Peter, and after that they tried to do Matthew, but like they never actually sent an audition. They just said, "Oh, I'm gonna audition. Oh, I'm gonna audition. I'm gonna audition for this character. I'm so excited. I'm gonna audition." And then they didn't. And other people auditioned before them, and those other people were really good, so they got those spots filled. So now those roles that they might have been able to fill are all gone. And it's their own fault because they never auditioned. And I really don't understand what the issue is. Like, I hate to badmouth this person, but I really don't get what the issue is. It takes like 5 minutes. Like, I'm not really like exactly a voice actor or anything. I'm not very good at voice acting, but you know, it's just talking, you know? Like, yeah, there's a lot of acting that goes into it, and you need a lot of talent and skill that's hard to like do, and and voice acting, it's not easy, but it is not a time-consuming process, you know? Maybe they're a little nervous. We're beyond the point where a little bit nervous is okay, because there have been a lot of other people that have auditioned that have been very nervous and haven't gotten roles because they weren't good enough, that were able to get their auditions out within a couple days. But it has legit been like a month, I think, at this point. You know, it is totally fine to be nervous, but if you want to audition and you want to get a role, you have to do it quickly, because there are other people that do want to take roles. I don't get why they didn't go baby voice on the last Egg Boy. It honestly bothers me a little on how easy they could have fixed that audition problem. Exactly. They sent like a the only time they like truly auditioned was when they sent like one like clip of their voice, and I think they very easily could have like done a baby voice and could have gotten that role, but they took too long, and the position got filled up by my sister instead. It takes a bit more than voicing. First you need the script and practice how you want to sound, but yeah, taking a month is wild. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like act like voice acting is easy, but it really shouldn't take a month. It should take like maybe 30 minutes max, I would imagine. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. And here you are giving them all the warnings they need, and yet they still do nothing. Yeah, there's something else that they do that kind of bugs me, which is that anytime, like, what is that? I don't remember setting a timer. Huh? I guess I did set a timer. Whoopsie. There was this other thing that they did where like anytime that somebody like would audition, somebody else would audition, even for like a character that they were not trying to go for, they would, like, after the audition happened, they would always like start talking about how they were gonna audition, and frankly it kind of bugged me. It felt very attention sinking. I don't know why they did that. It's just so odd. Like, their behavior is incredibly odd to me. Because like they give me the vibe of like they've got like this energy to them that seems like they really want to be a part of this project, which like I totally understand. You're a fan of something, you want to help, you want to be a part of it, and I totally get that. But they also don't need to be this weird and desperate about voice acting, considering they were the person that designed Kaleido. Like, you all remember Kaleido, right? Trent's, like, his demon version? They're the one that designed that. They designed that, and they did a very good job of it, in my opinion. Even though they were, like, even though theirs was a text entry, I think they did a very good job, designing him. I think they had some good ideas. So they've already got the design of a major character in there that they will get credit for, whenever he's used. So I don't get what the issue is. You're already involved. You're already involved quite a bit. Sorry. And you know, that character is planned to have his own episode. Like, I don't want to be mean about it, but I don't like being... Like, I don't want to be mean about it. I don't like being mean, but I don't know if they are going to, and I'm crashing out in my head. Yeah. I've gotten kind of close to crashing out myself. Let's see. They didn't order a background, but I feel like one piece of furniture wouldn't really count as a background. Let me see if I can, like, find a reference for, like, a good chair, you know? Looking forward to Kaleido's episode. I'm also very much looking forward to it. Because since Kaleido, like, isn't a character from Hazbin Hotel, I can pretty much do whatever I want with him. And I have some ideas that I think are really good that will, like, really assist the theme, and I'm so happy. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to show off the outline to the full cast once we get the cast fully solidified. I think it'll be good. They just don't sit right with me. Like, they made an Egg Boy group with me and Starry, and they just left us in the group alone after... What? That's wild! They made a private group chat for the Egg Boys before they even got the role? What a wild thing to do. What was I doing? I haven't Googled anything. Not to be mean, but who is Kaleido? Are they a kaleidoscope demon? Oh, I'll show you real quick. I'll show you. Oh, the glitch, the lag, let me out! Where are my character pages? I can never remember where I put anything. It's up here. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I can't see you. Where did I put him? I know he's in here somewhere, but where? Am I losing my mind? I really don't see him. Peter, Abel. Am I blind? Am I blind? Where is he? Where did he go? If he's not in there, then where is he? Oh. Found him. I forgot to move him. Where'd he go? Okay, he's in the group chat now. Okay, so this is Kaleido, also known as Trent. Yeah, he's Vaggy's killer, and they designed the demon form. So his real name is Trent, but in hell he's known as Kaleido. And I would love to tell you so much more about him, but I can't get my thoughts in order. And also spoilers. Man, they did such a good job with his design. what an incredible design. So hang on, let me show you the picture here. So he was actually a text entry, which is why he looks the way he does. So drawing him was more like drawing a commission. Everyone else most of the other people like drew their entries. There was only one other text entry, and they forgot to actually describe the way he looks. But man, do I love him. This is what his design looked like initially from the description alone, but after no, wrong folder, no. But after tweaks and stuff, this is what he ended up looking like. I changed out the blue for because blue is the sin of sloth and his sin is the sin of pride. I did change him from blue to red, and honestly, I'm kind of shocked at how nice it looks, even with like the rainbow. I had to put an overlay on the rainbow to get it to look like that, and man, do I like it. And I also love his dumb rainbow teeth. His dumb rainbow teeth make me happy. Just like Velvet's dumb rainbow teeth. It makes me happy to have more than one person with those dumb rainbow teeth. Just know there's someone who tried auditioning. Oh, I see. You're talking to somebody else in the chat. I get it. Hopefully they do audition. They have potential. I know they do. They do have potential. I think they could be like potentially a pretty decent voice actor, but they just won't audition. It's just so frustrating and really sad to see somebody get in their own way that much. Everybody fill Quinn on the drama. Quinn, you came in late. You're not allowed to be happy. What was I doing? What was I doing? I was looking for references. Right. These references suck. Wow, these references are god-awful. Oh my god. And fellas, hang on, let me turn on a display capture so you can really see how much this sucks. Okay, it's not on. There we go. Okay. So I typed in heaven chair, right? Because so we need like a heavenly chair. Look at this garbage. What is this? Most of these aren't even chairs. What? Well, I guess that one's a chair. What is this? Oh man. AJ, it's me, Nova. I'm getting help from PETA. Why? I really don't mean to be. I think it's weird that you're going out of your way to get all this help from like the voice coach and from the other voice actors, when really you do not need this much help. You just need to do it. That's all I want you to do, is just do it. Okay? Stop procrastinating. Stop asking other people for help. Just record something, please, for the love of God. You can do it, man. Like, you have potential. You have a lot of potential. You just need to actually put it into use, you know? Man, all this freaking AI slop. That is very cool. It's not a heavenly chair, but like, it is cool. I mean, she is like She is like a blacksmith, so maybe like a throne of swords could be like something that would be in character. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's a terrible cherub. I don't like that. Remember this one? This one isn't AI. I remember using this one as a reference like back in high school actually. For like a specific pose I did for I can't remember anything. I can't remember how to speak. I get on stream and then I become the stupidest person ever. It was for the prologue to the Otherverse pilot. I remember using this exact image as reference. What am I doing? I don't know how to draw chairs. That one's kind of cool. Okay, I'm sick of looking. I'm just gonna make some BS up. Won't be that hard to draw a chair, right? I could make it. I could make like the armchair like a reference to like a Charlotte's wing throne, but using bird wings instead. It also means I have to draw significantly less person. Oh. Oh, is the volume of the music good? See, hair long, boobies weird. Got it. What's the perfect volume? Great. And so we got like a swoop here. Oh, that's too much! No! And nothing on this side. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that much cleavage in this particular angle. That's so much cleavage. Honestly, frankly, this looks uncomfortable. Hello, Kiki Cookies. Thank you for the follow. Boob. That's too much. I might have to change this pose a little bit. Oh, it's all terrible. Okay, I'm gonna completely redraw this now with the... I'm gonna start over. I hate all of this. If you've ever wondered why my videos take so long to make, it's because I do this. I draw something for a long time, and then I get rid of it. Wait, I could do less work. I could do so much less work. Fellas, I could do so much less work. I have an idea. I could do so much less work. I have an idea. I'm gonna steal my own artwork. I'm a genius. I'm the smartest of peoples. Welcome, dear Liver. It's good to see you. Welcome. I'm glad you're getting your first stream. Okay. Great. I'm so glad I can steal my own artwork. I'm just gonna like change the aesthetic of the throne a little bit so that, you know, it looks all heavenly and nice. Aw, yeah, baby. I mean, they both give off vibes, so using her as a base makes sense. It's a good day to be a lesbian. I'm not a lesbian, but I'm sure it would be a good day to be a lesbian if you were. Although I haven't been part of your streams for the Minecraft Hotel since I just made the account, but I think the design of just the front part, it is genius in many ways. Thank you. And welcome to the first time chat. We could make this like ram horns. That would be pretty lit. I frankly, guys, I kind of struggle doing drawings that are just a character if I don't have like anything for them to interact with, because it just makes me not happy. Like, I forced myself to draw backgrounds so many times that now it feels weird to not draw a background, even though no background was ordered. We'll give you like we'll give this throne multiple wings. His heaven. I just can't help myself. I don't know what's wrong with me. Your face shape is a little bit different, but not so different that I can't like almost directly trace. Out of all the character designs in Has Been and Hell of a Boss, which one do you like the most? Oh, it's hard to pick. Oh, you meant like in the actual show, not in the ones that I've made. Ah, Mammon. Mammon and Adam both. They are my favorites. I love no one more than Mammon and Adam. Like, Mammon and Adam like are kind of like, they're characters that like, they make me happy. There's something about like their mannerisms that are very like I don't know how to describe it. What's the word? Nostalgic for me almost. It's like they remind me of like people that I know in real life, sort of. They've got like the same vibes as a lot of people that like I grew up around, you know? Because I grew up in a very like conservative area, and a lot of conservatives have like that I don't give a dang type mentality. So I really like characters that embody that. Like, it's just nice to see characters who don't really care about social norms or being super polite or treading on eggshells. It's comforting to me to see characters that, in a way, kind of embody like what that like style of humor that I can only have around people that I know very well and am very comfortable with. You know? You like chonky guys then? I do like chonky guys a little bit. I have noticed that like I like a dude that's big. I'm a very small person, so like kind of everyone's big compared to me. But I do like it. It makes me happy. I prefer more like wide than rather than like fat, you know? Um Because while the original hotel is based off of designs paying homage to the 20s style, to make it clear that the building is condemned and abandoned for a long time with the crew only just entering and living in it, hence why even the revised design in the show, the hotel has broken parts and misplaced structures like the pirate hideout or radio station, which is why I wish we got to see more of it before it got destroyed. Yes, I think the design of the hotel in the pilot, I think, was better because they really leaned into it being destroyed and kind of nasty a lot more. It just had more vibe and character to it. While in like the new version, while they do have some of that, it's not really enough to justify like how the characters kind of like act towards it. Like that scene with Lucifer, when Lucifer first enters the hotel, I think that scene like would have hit harder, and you really like would have gotten into Lucifer's head a lot more if the hotel like looked as nasty as it's supposed to look on, on paper, you know? But it actually looks they did a disservice to the hotel by like lighting it so brightly and making it look so nice. Well, I think it also like because of how nicely they made the hotel look far too nice. So when it gets like an upgrade, when Lucifer helps them rebuild it, like it barely registers because the hotel looked nice already before, so now it just looks bigger. The new hotel is ugly in my opinion, yeah. I don't know if I would call it like ugly exactly. I just don't particularly care for it. Let's see, what do your eyelashes look like? Alright, generic anime. I made the line art too thick. It's fine, it's just a dumb sketch. It's fine, it's fine. I will fix it. And then do we have some on the... We do. Is it bad that I like the pilot and the rewrites better than the actual show? No, of course not. It's just an opinion. You can have whatever opinion you want. What do your lips look like? Bottom lip only! She does kind of look like Charlotte. And then you do have a nose, straight, and then Voldemort. Got it. There's something about this that looks very uncanny now. And I think it's just because I'm so used to seeing Charlotte like this that it looks weird for her to have a nose. I want to make simple characters. You usually do. Looks so strange. Okay. Oh yeah, that's better. I think smaller also makes it better. That's better for certain. It's like night and day. My goodness. For your hotel, I can't place a direct finger on what it's directly referencing. It has a surprising, oppressive feel to me, with the windows being barred up, abundance of black and red, and banners of Charlie, even in places like the bathroom. That makes it feel like like a halfway in my mind of hell royalty's sensibilities and stated goal of redeeming sinners, where I believe usual nobility would have security to keep away intruders. The hotel wants sinners to come in and also keep it safe from, and the message cut off. Yeah, so my bed and breakfast isn't really referencing anything. The way that this bed and breakfast, it was originally built just like as a house, right? Like it was the place that she used to live when she was an overlord. So yeah, it doesn't have like any direct inspiration from anything specifically. Um I'm more like, the way that I'm like building it is I'm building it to look um like a house that demon royalty would have lived in. So a lot of the things, like this will become especially apparent when I release the episodes, not the episodes, but like the videos where I make like the outdoor gardens and stuff. I go into a lot more detail about why I make the decisions that I do, because I'm explaining the actual process behind it. So yeah, she used to live there like as demon royalty. So there's a lot of elements to it that demon royalty would want. I'm probably gonna have to do some extra like work in like the final tweakings of drawing it, where like I add like cobwebs and like cracked stones and stuff like that to make it look like kind of worn down. Let's see, where do your horns attach? They kind of look like they're just stuck on. I do actually have I did actually recently make a design, like a proper design for what that banner will look like. In the final version. Hang on, let me can I please go back to my gallery? Thank you. The leg. Anyway, so that banner is going to have this symbol on it. This is the symbol of pride, or at least like it was inspired by a symbol of pride. There are multiple like headcanons that I've seen like online. It's kind of debated what the actual sin of pride is. There's this other one that's like, it's got an eye and then it's a circle and then there's a bunch of hatch marks and a triangle. I don't like that one. I don't think it looks good, and I also like find it really annoying to draw, so I went with a ball with the circle and then two circles up here, and there is supposed to be like a swirl that goes like through the middle of it. But I did forgot to draw the swirl, but it's fine. The general chaos and disorder of hell, which I feel could act as a mirror to Charlie's inner conflict, where she has to actively try to be kind in her actions and words, and so as to work into keeping it up with what with the hotel still having the feel of supernatural and royal feeling harshness despite being intended to be a rehabilitation center, although intended for people literally in hell. Yeah, I feel like I've already responded to you as much as I can respond. I love that there's an apple. It's just... It makes me laugh. There's just a picture of an apple right there. We love picture of apple. I should put picture of apple here and here. Wait, the reason why I didn't put picture of apple here and here is because I had plants on this desk that I didn't draw. Haha! I think we see the signs for the sins of the giant double doors and Mastermind. Yeah, but I think those are symbols that were, like, invented by the show. I want to, like, kind of reference, like, real-world demonology without, like, being too accurate. I don't want to accidentally summon a demon. There's also, like, because those symbols were, like, also, like, invented by the show, they are, like, more like the symbol of pride for that one specifically, for that show specifically, has a lot of references to Lucifer, which obviously aren't gonna work for Charlotte. Charlotte needs, like, her own thing, because Charlotte was intended to be the sin of pride, she just renounced the role. What am I doing? This looks weird. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I would love a Popcross Studios banter style episode, but with like 3 or 4 members of the Otherverse cast. What's Popcross Studios? I don't think I'm familiar with that. I know that I've like seen that name like around, but I don't know what it means. Oh, they made Mythal Lethal. Right, right. I've been meaning to watch that. I just haven't gotten around to it. All of Lou's kids have the middle name Lucifer because they're all replacements in case something happens to him. That's actually pretty clever. I don't know, fellas. I feel weird about stealing my own artwork. But only because it's not turning out the way I want it to. Is the client gonna be mad that I stole my own artwork and didn't, like, draw her an original pose? Made the neck too long. The too long neck... Charlotte's neck is intended to be too long, but this lady's neck is not. Her neck is a little thicker. Hearing respectfully? No, you're not. I'm definitely gonna have to change the position of the arms because I don't want to draw. I don't want this to be like an exact rip-off of my own artwork, you know? I do want to do like something original. We'll have her like, we'll put her hand like right here. Oh no. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. It's wrong. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Hand. Can I please be allowed to draw fingers, please? What do your fingers look like? Whoa, you got detailed hand things. Can't wait to draw those. That looks like a word that I'm not allowed to say. You got the proportions right on Charlotte. You can do it on this lady. You can do it. Sometimes I just draw an Animal Crossing hand and call it a day. I can't do that. I'm being paid for this. You see, Popcross occasionally makes like vids where 3 or 4 of his original characters have a conversation that's full of banter and whatnot. The most common people for this are the Panini. They're all from different universes and make or use to make cool stuff, which are like stories they tell in this conversation style format. It's really funny and overall just a fun time. Sometime I would like when we get the full cast settled and everybody like probably like after we get some of the recording done, but not before we get all of the editing done, I would like to do a stream with the voice actors, at least some of the voice actors. Just so you know, like mess around a little bit. I would like to like mess around in character. I think that could be like a fun time. Maybe like raise some more money to get them all paid. I would have to be monetized for that first though. So we need 2 more followers and I'll be able to get monetized here on Twitch. So that way when we ever do that stream, we can like use it to raise some more money for the voice actors who are putting in so much work. I think that's the thing that I'm most worried about with this project is money. Because I would like everybody to you know have it. You know, I would like everyone to be like getting paid and being paid fairly for the amount of work they're putting into this. This looks, oh no. Oh. Oh. Ah! It's hard. Oh no. No. Oh. Oh. This is a, oh no. Oh. Oh boy. This is the worst. Oh god, did you stop it reminding me of the way I draw hands? I feel like this is kind of like the process for drawing hands most of the time. It's just a lot of, oh no, oh god, oh no, oh god, until you finally get it right. I wouldn't say that hands are the hardest thing to draw ever. I think the hardest thing for me to draw ever is cars. Cars are the worst. I hate cars. I've never drawn a car. I have never drawn a car ever. Wait, that's not true. I did draw a car once. But it was a long time ago. I have not drawn a car since, like, early high school. Because I hate cars. I hate cars. There are many things that I would rather draw than a car. Most things. I would rather draw something morally deplorable than draw a car. Up to a like certain point. You know what I would rather draw than a car? I would rather draw like a character completely made of muscle, so I have to get all of the like anatomy perfect. Oh God! No. I would rather draw a full muscular structure before I draw a car. I'm getting rid of all of it. That was the worst thing ever. I'm sorry you fellas had to look at that. That was horrible. Don't mention character of muscle. I'm trying to draw a muscular character but failing. I don't mean just like a muscular character. I mean a character without skin, entirely made of muscle. I'd rather draw that than a car. Skip the hands for now and draw the legs. Perv. Okay. I'm gonna try keeping my vaggy puntable size. Yes, do that. I think puntable vaggies are the best thing. I'm gonna have to change the legs a little bit, because she's got regular people legs and Charlotte does not. I guess this part would still, like, work. No. Charlotte's legs are so long. No. Commission you for a skinless demon? Did you actually commission me for a skinless demon? I mean, you can if you want. I mean, I'll draw anything for 20 bucks. That's not true, but I would draw, like, pretty much anything for the right amount of money. Unless, like, I don't like you. I'm gonna change the position of the leg a little bit. $20 is $20. Yeah, $20 pays like for half of my groceries for the week. It's expensive out here, man. And I need the money. Think about how much I could do with $20. I could give all of that away to my voice actors. Instead of $1 each, they could have $2 each. I'll be a femboy for $20. Dude, you're a femboy for free. I'm teasing. Sorry, that might have been mean. A little bit. It's double the money? Yeah, legit. If a singular person gave us $20, just like to donate, we would immediately double the amount of money that we have set aside for the voice actors. Like, gosh, man, running a merch business, it's expensive. It's very expensive. And you know, I'm keeping my prices cheap, but like every single time we sell anything, there's a little goat in the back of my brain that's telling me, that's whispering to me, rake those prices up. And you know, maybe I should. I would have a lot more money if I made my prices higher. But I do want to like make them cheap enough. I want to set my prices at something that I would spend money on. And I'm a cheapskate, so I keep my prices low. The goat is Mammoth in it probably, yeah. Speaking of Mammon, I do have ideas for him. I'm planning on turning him into a worm. I could make my collection of Alistair stuff go up with $20. I really gotta make that Alistair merch. One of the things that we sold, we've only sold a few things. Shoot, I navigated off my thing. One of the things that we sold, was actually, what's his face? The cursed Alistair cat keychain, but it was the Has-Been Hotel site only. You have to make this leg smaller. What if I made my Mammon a turtle instead of the concept I uploaded in art? I don't know. Would you still love Mammon if he was a worm? Yes. I'll probably need to be a patron by the time I get my hands on cash because I need my Atom. Yeah, it would probably be easier for you to become a Ko-fi member instead of a patron, because the Patreon shop is broken and I don't know how to fix it. Jesse tried to order something off there, but there was no way to check out. And I don't know what to do about that. I don't know how to fix that. I'm really at a loss. I guess you can still order stuff from me even if you are a patron with no access to Ko-fi. All you have to do is DM me, either on Patreon or on Discord. Either one of them works. Honestly, the worst place to buy merch from me right now is Etsy, because the Etsy shipping is twice as expensive as the regular shipping is for the rest of the platforms, because Etsy takes a bigger cut. Can't wait to dox myself, luckily in a different country. Yeah, I think it always it kind of throws me for a loop whenever I get somebody's address and I know which person is ordering the merchandise and I'm like, oh, that's where you live. You have an Etsy? I do have an Etsy. It's linked in the it's in the link tree on all of my videos. But tell me you didn't watch my video all the way through without telling me that you didn't watch my video all the way through. I think a reason why Mammon and Adam are loved is because unlike many other villains on both shows, it feels like they're allowed to act as themselves without the show needing to immediately backhand them at all times, so they get to be both villainous and stupid while still getting to be genuinely funny, sing good songs, and be impactful in the scenes, which is rarely given to other villains to feel like we are laughing at them instead of with them. Yes. I think it also feels like they're genuinely allowed to be themselves because I hate to bring politics into this, but the politics, they're everywhere. There's Lucy is very left wing, right? And left wingers, in my experience, are sensitive babies. So their idea of a villain is just a regular dude that just says things that are kind of mean sometimes. So the only people who are really allowed to be truly funny are the villains because they're the only ones that are allowed to be mean and push the boundaries and stuff. Is things are only funny if you're pushing boundaries, and you're not really allowed to push as many boundaries on the left because so many people are so sensitive. Sometimes rightfully so. The funniest jokes are always at the expense of people that you're not really supposed to criticize, right? It's so long as the joke is funny and not like just being mean for the sake of being mean, you know? And there's plenty of really terrible conservative comedy out there because, like, terrible conservative. So, both sides of the argument have some of the worst comedy ever. Because on the right, you get, oh, they're homosexual. Oh, isn't that so weird? And those are like just not funny jokes. Or the joke will be, oh, gender. That's not funny either. But on the left, you get white man bad. That's not funny. Or the joke will be be capitalism sucks. Like that's not funny either. But I've noticed like since like currently the left is more like socially popular, a lot more left-wing humor gets made because those are like generally accepted like ideas and thoughts right now. So it's a lot of punching at white people and a lot of punching at capitalism because that's what's generally accepted right now. But you know, it gets really lame after a while. There's not quite as much bad conservative humor because bad conservative humor doesn't have the humor to keep it alive, and since it's not a generally accepted opinion, it doesn't have enough people like sitting there clapping to keep it alive either. People making fun of what's popular, yeah. People making fun of what's popular tends to be funnier. Like whenever you're making a joke, like especially at the expense of somebody else, you always want to be punching up. Like because otherwise it just comes off as bullying, which is part of the reason why Velma did so poorly because it was punching down the entire time. Like all the jokes were made at the expense of white people and especially white men. Which right now are currently the most maligned group in the entirety of the US. Like, all of the jokes, it was always about white people, white men, and especially white Christian men. The most maligned group of individuals in the entire US. So it was punching down the entire time. And the people that made it are so out of touch that they thought they were punching up. Because, you know, back when, like, those people were kids, white men and Christian white men especially were the group that were in power, but they don't have like the self-awareness to realize that those people are no longer in power. They are no longer the majority that's in power, you know? At least not socially. Now the groups that are in power are the people that like have the greatest victimhood status. Because you're not allowed to criticize victims. You're not even allowed to question victims. And we've gotten to a point in our country where entire races of people are considered victims because of how they were born. Which, you know, like, just like taking a step back from American politics and race politics, the idea that an entire group of people are victims because they were born a certain way is stupid. But that is currently the world that we have lived in, that we are living in right now. So you can have like people that were like extraordinarily wealthy. There are people that are extraordinarily wealthy, but because they were born mixed, instead of purely white, they're allowed to claim victimhood status. Even though they were rich people that have been rich their entire lives, they've never had to worry about money, and yet they're allowed to act like victims because they were born a certain way. I think that's stupid. I don't like that. I don't think that's the case with Vivzy Pop's shows being scared of villains due to sensitivity. I think just a lack of variety for villains, and said villains getting little chance to stay threatening after they show up. Levity is important for a comedic series like Helluva, and has been. Like, I was actually interested with Striker's persona breaking under pressure because I thought it was leading up to something like he was a dark mirror to Blizzo, but he ended up just being another and it cut off. Yeah, Vivzy really doesn't have that problem like as much as other shows, but like it does kind of like come off to me like there is like a fear to be actually funny because she doesn't know how to like break boundaries in a way that is actually funny. Because in order to be funny, you need to be creative. You need to push boundaries. You need to take risks. Otherwise, it's just gonna sorry, I don't know how to explain it. I've got a lot of issues with modern day media, which for the most part is left wing, which I really hate to hate so much on a particular party, but it's the party that's in charge of the media, so of course I hate them. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just sick of modern media. And currently modern media, it's all in the hands of a singular political group, for the most part. So I do have a lot of pent-up anger towards that particular group that I feel like that almost feels like I can't criticize because I don't want to like offend anyone, you know? You have to be honest. It is true. It's just a fact that currently the left they are the ones that are in power. The left has become the party of the system. And I hate the system. I will always hate the system regardless of which party is in the system. I hate them. You know, I am anti-establishment. I will always be anti-establishment. And currently the left is the party of the establishment. And when the left goes back to being the party against the establishment, then I will be left-wing again. I was left-wing when I was a kid, and then they became the establishment. Because when I was a kid, the left was not the party of the establishment. When I was a kid, the left was the party against the establishment, and they were the party of progression, and somehow it frickin' flipped. Birds can't fly with one wing, we need to be the whole body. I agree. I think both left and right, I think, are extraordinarily important. I think we need both the right and the left in order to survive. So in an ideal world, the right is like the party of consistency, right? Like, they like things that are old, they like things that are proven to work well, they don't like change very much, and the left is supposed to be the party of progress, of trying things that are new, right? So in an ideal society, the right, where politics like function as they are intended to function, the right would be the party that's driving progress and like trying new things and stuff like that, and the right would be there to reel them in and keep them from doing anything stupid, right? They would balance each other out. That's why our system is set up the way it is. So when a system starts to lean too far in favor of either party, it really, like, everything really falls apart, because if it leans too far left, most new ideas are bad ideas. So if it leans too far left and we discard everything that's ever worked in favor of something new that we like have no basis to really like believe in, that's bad, because then our society could fall apart. But if it leans too far right, then we never try anything new or different, and a lot of problems that exist within the old systems will stay that way because we completely, like, we never change, we never grow, we never try anything different. It should be about introducing new good ideas while also not tossing out everything that works. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm a moderate. I like new things. I think trying new ideas is a good. I think it's a good idea to try things that are new and different. But I don't think it's a good idea to toss out everything that has proven to work in order to get those new ideas, you know? Like, you need to have, like, feelings are important, but so is logic. And if you have a good balance of both, you'll lead a very good life. But if you lean too far in the logical way, you could end up hurting yourself because you're not paying attention to the emotional needs of both yourself and the people around you. And if you lean too far into emotions, you're not going to think about like the logical side, and you could end up really hurting yourself because you're not thinking clearly. So you need to do like what's best like logically, but you also need to do what's best emotionally and find like a balance between those things. That's why being a moderate is the best party to be. Being anything else like is inherently illogical, you know? Sorry, I don't know why I always talk politics in these streams. There's just so much going on in the world right now. We live in a very politically exciting time right now. In my opinion, we are seeing the right become the dominant and mainstream party. I don't know if I would say that yet. Because, like, the right didn't become really the mainstream dominant party the first time that Trump got elected, but it does feel like we are starting to, like, switch back to that a little bit because of how, like, the past decade, you know, because the left has really been like the main party in charge for the past decade at least, and I feel like everybody's kind of getting sick of it. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people are really getting sick of how the left has run things, and so they're going in the complete opposite direction. I think this is especially true for men, especially white men, and especially straight white men. Because we've gotten to the point where they're being treated like villains, and nobody wants to be treated like a villain their entire life. So, like, of course, if you're gonna run your party with hatred, yeah, you're gonna get people that are gonna completely reject that. But I have confidence that, like, after we like get through our little rebellious phase where we go conservative because we hate everything, I think we will eventually like simmer down and like come back to like mid tier. Yeah, I don't mind you talking politics, as I feel like you got some of them political opinions being pent up, so best to let them out. Yeah, I'm really sorry about this, guys. I'm really sorry about always talking politics. You know, it's just, you know, it's been 10 years. Can you believe that? It's been 10 years of this just building up and festering. Like, I feel it, like, especially, I feel like this is, I think the reason why I feel so strongly about this, like, not just from, like, a media artist perspective, it's mostly from a religious perspective, you know? Because, you know, it's tough out here being a religious person in the current year, because, you know, most of the jokes that are made, and some of the most hateful jokes, are being made at the expense of Christians, which, you know, eventually, like, it gets under your skin after a while, you know? And, you know, a lot of problems are also, like, blamed entirely on religious people, right? So, being religious and seeing all of these people, like, just absolutely hating what you believe in for what you feel are, like, reasons that they probably shouldn't be doing that, it it's just, it wears on you after a while. You know, it doesn't feel nice to be treated like you're a villain. Like, nobody wants to be treated like they're a villain because of what they believe in. I'm really quite sick of it. I'm really quite sick of being villainized, of having people that I know be villainized because of what we believe in, whether it's political or if it's religious. It just, it sucks, man. And it's hard when you're hit with that constant hatred all day, every day for a decade. It's hard not to hate the other side in return. It's tough. People justify hate by saying they were victims of hate, but if we keep using that excuse, nothing will end. Exactly. I think vengeance is a bad thing. I don't know why it became like such a mainstream thing in our culture to like enjoy vengeance and revenge stories. Revenge is bad. Revenge is always bad. Well, maybe not. There's a difference between revenge and justice, and it seems like a lot of people have gotten revenge and justice mixed up. One word Batman? Yeah, I get that. It's a little different with Batman, though, because Batman, like, refuses to kill people. Batman's thing isn't really so much about vengeance as it is justice, right? And you can get justice without getting revenge. It's not the same thing. He catches the bad guys and then he lets the law deal with them, most of the time. Basic, I wrote it again because I feel like AJ didn't see my continuation of discussion of Fipsy Pop's villains. I think I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I didn't read it. I'm sorry. It's hard to keep up with your argument when it's split into so many paragraphs. It might be better for when you're writing your big long arguments that are too long for the character limit. Write them like in a different tab and then paste them in parts so that way your messages are closer together so it's easier for me to keep track of your arguments. How is Batman a buff? Hear me out. He's a buff guy in latex. Oh, clearly you were not around when he was popular. Dude, Batman's been one of the hottest men for forever, since he was created. People love Batman. I love Batman. He is rich. Batman is like one of the original hot guy, like, fictional characters. I don't know what to do with your arms. I need to turn this off, and I need to focus. There we go. Now, focus. Where do I want your hands? I want to put them folded up in her lap, but that also sounds hard. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to do things that are hard. I love Batman, yes, but a hear me out is something unconventional and breaking the mainstream. Yeah, you're kind of right. Arms. What do you find to be the weakest, most disingenuous critiques of Vipsy Pop's work? I think I would have to say, like, everybody who, like, criticizes Poison for being upbeat and like something you can dance to. I think that's a very unfair criticism to make. And don't get me wrong, you absolutely can criticize Poison. Like, for instance, for me personally, I think Poison was a waste of time. It's a good song, but like it doesn't give us any new information that we don't already have, which makes it feel like kind of a waste. It feels like bloat, and that's where like so many people have a problem with it, but they don't really know exactly how to phrase what they're thinking. I think people also like criticizing it for being like more explicit than they're used to, I think is also bad. Like, there are a lot of people that seem to think, like especially younger people, that seem to think because they are uncomfortable with something that it must be bad. So like I don't really like critiques of how explicit it is for that reason. Like, you absolutely can be explicit, it's fine. It is totally fine to be explicit, and you know there were warnings. So I don't like people criticizing it for that reason. I don't think it was exploitative at all. I just think that it was placed poorly. And that's a criticism you can make. They added the warnings late. No, they didn't. They added the warnings at the very beginning of the episode. Like, there was no way they weren't there at the start. Well, I don't know about that. I didn't watch the show until after it had been out for a while. I mean, it was still rated like 18 plus. Whatever the case. It's a show for adults for a reason, you know? I just think like people criticize it for being exploitative because it's more explicit than they're used to. And you know what? I get it. It sucks. But I just don't think it's a fair criticism, is my point. I would not, if I were writing it, I would not make it quite that explicit. Like, that's just not something that I'm super comfortable with. But just because I'm not comfortable with something does not mean it's inherently exploitative. And I know people like also try to like cite like the dude that like kind of fetishizes sexual assault as like also like being an issue. I kind of don't really care. Like, he was paid to do a job and he did the job. Like, whether or not it gets that dude's rocks off, it is a non-issue to me. I do not give a crap about what kind of porn that guy watches. You know, porn is bad, okay? Get over it, you know? Like, all porn is bad. I don't really particularly care what kind of porn you're watching or what kind of fantasies you indulge. Like, there's a big difference between like sexualizing that for like real people and sexualizing it like in pornography, because pornography, it's not real. But even still, it's bad. I don't care if it gets that dude's rocks off, because in the show, if you don't know that, it's not going to seem explicit. Like exploitive. Exploitative. You know? Just because some dude likes something doesn't necessarily mean that he's putting that fetish into something that really isn't his work. It's somebody else's. You know? What would you say about people who seek out revenge because they were denied justice, such as if the perpetrator getting off with a slap on the wrist or getting away with it altogether? Yeah, that has to go by a case-by-case basis. I think our justice system has like some pretty serious issues with how it handles violent crime. I think violent crime needs to be treated much more seriously. I think it needs to have much more serious repercussions. Because like, you know, I'm an accountant, right? I'm learning accounting. And something I learned recently is that if you get your financial statements wrong, you could get up to 25 years in prison. 25 years for incorrect financial statements. That is ridiculous. Why on earth is it 25 years and a fine for incorrect financial statements? But we also simultaneously live in a world where if you rape somebody, like, everyone would be shocked if you got that much time. It's still bad though, like, I'm not saying they shouldn't. Yeah, it is bad. All gooning is bad. But I think that people that say because this guy, like, sexualizes rape, he's a terrible, evil person, I don't know about that. It seems like they don't really understand porn, exactly. Because, you know, they're fictional characters. It's not real. There's a big difference between, like... There's a big difference between a smut film. Not a smut film, but a snuff film. There's a big difference between watching a snuff film and drawing two fictional characters doing the deed unconsensually, you know? They're fictional. They can't consent. They're not real. They don't have feelings. So I feel like people who, like, get mad about him, like, purposely shipping Angel Dust and Valentino, like, for porn, like, I feel like they're being purposefully ignorant as to what the state of porn is actually like these days. I still don't like it. I think it's in poor taste, and I think it's incredibly weird and goonery to be posting that kind of stuff on your, like, on your main account where people can see. That's such a bizarre thing to do. Like, have your fetishes, keep them private, you know? Your leg looks weird. Just need to wake up and realize that fictional characters are not real. They don't have feelings. They're not real. They don't have opinions or ideas or emotions. They're not real. They are no different than just, like, a piece of plastic. Some people have no shame. Yeah, a lot of people, I think, are far too comfortable on the internet. And I do think that, like, sharing that kind of behavior publicly is bad. I think it would be still weird, but, like, fine if it was done in private. But doing it publicly, I think, is bad. Because, you know, the way that people, like, get fetishes like that is by being exposed to it early, you know? You have to be exposed to that before you can enjoy it. And I think I've got, like, kind of some messed up things that I find sexy because of this one creator. They made PJ's Daycare. I don't remember what their name is, but they made a bunch of, like, kind of horrid stuff and collectively groomed their audience. I think probably on accident, but they still did it. He sounds like kind of a creep, but I'm kind of a creep too. As long as your kink doesn't cause real harm, I don't see them as bad people. Yeah, I agree. I think as far as, like, SA with porn and fictional characters, I don't think it's that different from just BDSM, you know? Because it's not real! it's not real! It really is no different than just, like, doing BDSM stuff with a consensual partner. It is the exact same kink, just done in different ways. But of course, I'm not, like, super, like, familiar with the situation, so there could be more stuff that I don't know about. If he is, like, watching snuff films, that's disgusting, and yeah, probably should go to prison for that. But as far as I know, he isn't sexualizing actual rape with actual people. So I don't really give a darn. Oh god, not the one who made PJ's Daycare. I remember watching a video. What's PJ's Daycare? Oh my goodness. The lore is insane. You don't even know. You don't want to know. You really don't want to know. What do I do with your arm? I can't do the arms. I've made this armchair look too weird, and now there's nowhere to set the arms. No, no, no. I don't know what to do with the other arm. Not that. Cross her arms and have her hand rest under her chin. I could do that. I'd have to change a lot of things though. What if I just had them like folded? I'll have this hand go here, and I'll have this one over here. I'm looking it up. Don't look it up. If you're gonna look it up, look up a video about it instead of just like the raw dub or the raw like comic itself. It's creepy. What's happening, please? We're trying to convince Quinn not to look up PJ's daycare because it's gross. Is that PJ's daycare was actually the most tame thing that they did. Isn't that insane? Googled it, saw a wiki page about the main character, and now I hate everything. Fazbear, did you not know that that was the tamest thing they did? Did you not know? The F you mean the tamest thing they made? Dude, they made child porn! They were drawing minor characters in a sexual manner, explicitly, everything showing. PJ's daycare was literally the tamest thing they ever made! They did a lot of other stuff. I'm glad I wasn't on Tumblr at the time because I'm sure they made stuff that even I don't know about that was terrible. But I remember they made a lot of stuff. Like there was this one that I remember. It was a Little Red Riding Hood, but with PJ as Little Red Riding Hood and oh my god, this is gonna sound ridiculous. But Fresh Sands as the wolf. And I don't even want to repeat what they had those characters do. They shipped Fresh Sands and PJ a lot when PJ was always drawn as a very little kid and Fresh was a full-grown adult. I'm glad I have earbuds on. Yes, I don't understand how anybody could ever watch any streamer or any YouTuber ever without headphones on. As someone who liked Paper Jam Sans, now knowing this, I'm gonna wash my eyes out. I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry. That it really sucks, but because PJ was made by somebody else, and they were a good character, but that version of PJ got way more popular because they made Gooner art for children of children. Don't remind me of Little Red Riding Hood. I remember there was a comic I saw on YouTube and it was terrible. Yeah. It was bad, fellas. Yeah, if ever you think the Has-Been Hotel fandom is bad, just anything you could imagine, anything terrible you could imagine happening in the Undertale community happened. There were people grooming children, and then those children would go out and groom other children. That's what happened. So a lot of like really terrible things, like art, like freaky art of underage characters and weird age gaps and incest, it all became normal to us for a while, and a lot of us had to spend I had to spend years like figuring out, oh, what I saw was wrong, and I had to train myself out of it when I became a teenager and developed self-awareness. Oh. I feel bad because some pairings I've done border on pro shipping, like the time I got a bit of a dressing down for making my OC couple 19 and 16 years, so I made them both 2 years older. Yes, that was a good decision. So yeah, yeah, and I really don't blame anybody who's like a young person and doesn't realize that an age gap between 16 and 19, it's not like the worst thing ever, but it is a little bit strange. Um, I don't blame anybody for not knowing that because of how normalized it's been. The comic I saw on YouTube was of Sonic and Shadow, and it was Sonic as Little Red and Shadow was the wolf. Oh crap, it sucked. Oh no, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Why can't I draw hands today? I can't draw hands! What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Finger number 1, finger number 2, finger number 3. Okay. Where do I put the thumb? The thumb would be over here. Okay, I need to do the thumb first. So thumb would be over here. Finger, finger, finger. We'll fuse these two fingers together. Make that one thinner. There we go! Finally! Let's change the subject. Yeah, this stream has sucked today. So far, we've talked about politics and child porn. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Alright, subject change. What do we want to talk about, fellas? Hand. It's glorious. It's not my best hand, but it's fine. Oh no, what if she doesn't like the sketch? To lighten the mood, I talked on Discord a while back about different types of imps for each ring, with lust imps being amphibians. So what if Fizzaroli was a lust imp raising greed by Buxo because Ozzy called Fizz a frog in Oops episode? We could watch the video. Benny sharp out of context. It's funny, I swear. I don't know. We don't have time for anything, man. I don't have time to do things that are fun. I'm too busy. You know what? I don't like this hand either. I know what we're gonna do. No. I know what we're gonna do, fellas. I know I gotta go. Bye, guys. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry for the stream being terrible. We'll do like a nail check here. No, that was bad. It might change the positioning of that eye. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh, it looks bad. Uh-oh, fellas. We could talk about our favorite versions of a character from Epic the Musical. I'm not seen Epic the Musical yet. I have been meaning to. I just have no time. And also, like, I'm kind of scared to get invested, you know? Like, sometimes, like, something, like, you know it's gonna be good and you're scared you're not gonna like it, or, like, you'll get too invested in it and then you'll hyperfixate and not be able to do anything. And I don't want that to happen. I'm too busy to get another hyperfixation. A glass of water. I guess tea. Too much. Ugh. British Charlotte confirmed. This isn't Charlotte. This is somebody else's character. This lady. I'm just tracing my own artwork to make the process go faster. I really don't know what else to do. I was given no other direction. She a fancy British lady? No, she's an exorcist. I don't know if she's British or not. I have no way of telling. Okay, that is the right layer. Good, 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 good. Whether I crave violence too freaking bad. Well, I don't have to draw a mouth. Might move this a little higher. Is that what your eyelashes look like? It's 2 up and then 1 down, but how do I translate that to this? There we go. AJ, I wanted to know your headcanons for some of the cast in BBFFB. Headcanons, like, for what? I don't think there is such thing as a headcanon for me when it comes to the bed and breakfast for former baddies. Because everything I think is canon. It's my AU! Was there Heck of a Boss lore already? There is some lore for Heck of a Boss, I just haven't, finished it yet. I really need to get around to designing the characters for Heck of a Boss, but, I just haven't yet. I just haven't been myself lately, and I just haven't felt really like drawing lately. So that's why there haven't really been any like good videos recently. I haven't done a character design video for a while now. Yeah, I've done like the merch videos and I've done like designing the house, but I haven't done a character in a while. I started doing Zestial, but then I never finished him. And I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know, I just don't feel like really drawing, I guess. I don't want to use my brain. I'm sick and tired of using my brain. Designing a character, especially a character that I know that I'm going to use, it just takes so much effort. It takes a lot of effort and planning to make sure that I make both like a good character design and also like a good rewrite, and that I make sure that I work them into the lore in a way that's like good. And I've already done all of the writing work for Zestial. I haven't done the character design yet, and I think part of the reason why I haven't done it yet is because I'm scared of messing it up. Man, I wish rich people still kept artists in their mansions. It's like having your own little creative gremlin who then makes you paintings and unrequested plans for personal vehicles. Yeah, the camera kind of killed that tradition. Having an artist on hand at all times, that's expensive, right? You know what's infinitely cheaper than A person? A camera. You know, it used to be that the majority of artwork was actually at least like in the Middle Ages, the majority of artwork was commissioned by the church. So if you wanted work as an artist, you had to draw Jesus. Not Jesus. You usually weren't allowed to draw Jesus as much as you might think. But yeah, you would have to draw like lots of angels, lots of saints. That's all you were allowed. Because at the time, not very many people could read. Most people could not read. So the way that people got familiar with the scriptures was through artwork. So they would they would commission like these incredible mosaics um to like show people Bible stories. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh me, oh my. Oh holy crap. See, God loved my skill, Mom. It wasn't a waste of time. Well, yeah, but like you would have had to like do mosaics specifically. They didn't really do as many paintings. It's not perfect. It's good enough. That's all that matters. Pinky out, AJ? Oh, right. Sorry, I'm not British. Or pretentious. I don't know what... I don't feel like it. Hopefully my Charlie design will be easier for you to draw. Hopefully. I am excited to get to that. Ugh. There's so many bones in my body that are full of air. I exaggerated the swoop a little too much. But hopefully they'll like that and I won't have to fix it. Because I don't feel like fixing it. I should draw that on a different layer. Your hair's very weird. I don't know how else to describe it. Okay. Swoop. Swoop on the boobies. Dude, I have a nasty habit of sticking out my pinky when drinking anything, even from bottles. What do you think of Moxie being a cat man because sloth imps are cat-like due to cat people being prominent in sloth? I don't really have a feeling about it one way or the other. It doesn't go all the way to the booty. It stops like right there. I don't know. Screw it. I'm drawing the hair too long. And I'm drawing the tail too long also. Oh. Oh! No! What's wrong? Draw a smooth line! What's wrong with you? What is with all these bumps and corners? Every time you zoom in on the reference piece of the commission, the boobs get even more silly. It's just... Okay, so I'm a well-endowed woman, and I can tell you right now, this is the sweatiest area of her body. This is where all the sweat is gonna be packed into. It's gonna be incredibly uncomfortable. It's just gonna be so wet. Because boobs, they sweat, and they sweat quite a bit. They look like butt cheeks. Yeah, boobs are not... It's not comfortable to have boobs packed together that tightly. It's quite uncomfortable. Is the most amount of sweat. The places where women sweat the most, it's gonna be under the armpits, and it's gonna be in between and underneath the boobs. Especially you got big boobs. Gets very hot in there. I'm uncomfortable looking at it. Your collar is so weird. Cause you got like this wrap around you, and then you have like... I don't know how to describe... I don't know what I'm looking at. But I did not expect to be learning about where women sweat the most. I'm sorry! It's a stream! I'm gonna say stupid stuff in a stream! You know what it kind of looks like? It kind of looks like one of those Playboy bunny collars. I think that's what they're called. Listen, if we acknowledge the boobies, we're gonna acknowledge the boobies all the way. I think that's what I'm looking at. Her dress is confusing but classy to me. Honestly, most of the dress looks totally fine. This looks kind of like a corset. This is the only thing that really confuses me. The rest of this could totally be something that exists. I think the red inside is very cool. And you know, this part actually kind of looks like Eve's silk thing that she's got going over top of her skirt. Oh, I forgot the texture on your horns there, sweetheart. How many? 1, 2, 3. Would heaven really allow that boob window? I don't know. Probably not. At least not... As far as modesty concerns go in my religion, this is a big no-no. The skirt, though, is fine, but the boob window and the uncovered shoulders are gonna be an issue. I can confirm I was the boob window. Living ain't got time to be horny? Exactly. Wait till Angel Dust gets redeemed? Yeah. Poor Angel Dust and his uncovered buttocks are gonna have to wear some clothes. Oh shoot, my roommate is taking a proctored midterm exam, so that means like she needs it to be quiet, which means stream ends now! Where is stream? There we go. It was nice being around. Thanks for joining me.